Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Solab TV and Studio Community Radio. We are here you know, to witness and to hear from one of our own, a very, very entrepreneurial guy, Mr. Adeshino. This guy, of course, came from Nigeria. He used to anchor with AIT, so he's not new to radio and TV. He's into import in Nigeria. He's also into lounge and event. The lounge is called Amsterdam. If you don't know that, go check it out. It's in Lagos. It's a wine bar. He also has a barbing salon, car wash, and right now his hotel is about to be finished. This guy is full of knowledge, full of, like, hello, I am blessed to be in the midst of Alhaji Adeshino and another Alhaji sitting here, and then this one as well by my side, another Alhaji. I'm the only one that is not Alhaja. So, Mr. Adeshino, Alhaji Adeshino, welcome to Solab TV. It's a pleasure to have you here. So, just tell our people, our listeners, who you are, and just briefly introduce yourself to us.
Thank you for having me here. My name is Alhaji Adeshino Adeyanju. I deal on importation, and I have a lounge in Lagos, which comprises a barbing salon, car wash, and a wine bar. Our hotel will soon come up very soon. So thank you very much.
Oh, wow. Isn't that amazing? He's amazing. Even the voice is amazing. Oh, my goodness. I'm tripping, just the voice. So, just to, kind of take you back, you came into UK recently. Let's just look at the flight. How was the flight into UK? How was your flight?
Well, it's very okay, but due to the situation of things in Nigeria now, the fare is too exorbitant now.
Wow.
And due to the I can call it a propaganda by saying you can get a ticket of 600,000, 700,000 is a false information by me, because I've been searching for ticket over 2 months, which the one I saw is about 2 million, 1.7, even the earpiece. In fact, it's 1.7, 1.6. So before I got the one I got Air France, So it's not easy for anyone now, because the fare is too much.
Wow.
And people want to go for holiday.
Going for holiday. Oh my goodness. That's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
In England, people, they enjoy holidays.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back to the flight thing, the fact that the price of the flights are so difficult to afford at the moment, and people are saying that there are cheap flights out there you can get for 700 or so, 700,000 naira.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody who knows how to get flight for 700,000 naira, even under a million naira, please do call in and let us know. Or just do comment under the video when you see our video. But before moving on, if you're listening to us and you're not following Solab TV, do follow us, do like our show, and do share our show as well. Now, going back to Mr. Adeshino, Alhaji Adeshino. I'm going to get used to saying that, Alhaji Adeshino.
Yeah.
So, when you're talking about, things being as exorbitant, things being very high, being difficult for people right now, give me your take. I mean, we have a new government, in place, and it's been 1 year plus, right? What is your take on what is happening? Like, how are people coping? What can you say about that?
Well, in Nigeria today, I will put it 95% in Nigeria are suffering. Sorry to say that, because maybe you heard about a musician that said suffering and smiling. Because nothing we are enjoying anymore in Nigeria. Today, Nigeria, they are on strike. Maybe you heard about it. They are on strike today. Why? How dare somebody will be earning 30,000 naira minimum wage, 30,000 To do what? If I change it now, I don't think it's up to £15 now.
No.
For 30 days for a normal human being. And this person the people we are talking about, we have children, like 2-3 children, wife, and the person will transport himself down to where he's working, even by taking Okada. So how? And you are putting 90 billion on pilgrimage to subsidize for what? When people are suffering. I don't know the mentality of our people in that country. 90 billion. Whereby the road is bad. If you from Abule Egba, anybody that knows Abule Egba to Abeokuta is eyesore. You can never have a Mercedes and ply that road. Is it that you went round back to Express before you go to Abeokuta? And 90 billion is going on pilgrimage, where people are suffering for 30,000 naira minimum, and they said they should increase, and you are agitating on 40,000, 48,000, and people are embezzling 80 billion, 90 billion. I don't know. The priority is on ground, which you're supposed to face and let the community, the masses, enjoy it. They were not doing it. All what we hear is that 25th anniversary of on disrupt what do they call it? What do they call it? Politics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And you are putting national anthem. Is it national anthem that is going to put food on our table? National anthem. You are looking for a unity. You are mentioning unity. Stability, unity, whereby you people that governing us are not even. In fact, I don't know what to say about it anymore.
As you were talking, something came to me, because this will be my first time to hear that salary for some people in Nigeria. Somebody gives 30 days of their life to work, and then at the end of 30 days they earn 30,000 naira.
Yeah,
and like you said, that 30,000 naira is not up to 20 pounds in England, right? And that is 20 pounds is something somebody will earn in an hour in England.
Yeah.
And that's medial job.
Yeah.
Earn 20 pounds an hour in England. So to pay somebody that for 30 days work, I don't know, like you said, how
you can Google it, the
manage?
minimum wage in Nigeria. It's very easy. Go on Google. You Google it, you get it there. And if you go on media, you search for how much are they agitating on. 48. They said 48,000. Nigerian Labour Congress was saying that they should pay like maybe about 400,000, because if you have one child, okay, base it on three square meal, 1,000. That is 3,000. Oh yeah, and you have like 4 children. Your wife is inclusive, and you are going to pay for rent, and you are going to transport yourself and clothe yourself and your children. If you calculate it, how much do you think it will comes at the end of the month? And you are giving somebody 30,000 naira to buy fuel in Nigeria now. Is if I want to fuel my car, I pay 62,000 naira to fuel my car. 62,000.
That's the other thing that I wanted to ask you about this, because I heard a lot about fuel subsidy and so on and so forth, and it's been removed and so on and so forth. How is that affecting people? How does
a lot of people have packed their cars. A lot of people are trekking now, because even the fare, the transport fare is eyesore too, because out of this money we are talking about, even if you earn 100,000 naira and you are working you are living in Agege and you are working at Ikeja or Surulere, so when you calculate it, you spend like about 4,000 naira to transport yourself down to office, because you can't go with car. If you want to go with car, you spend 15,000 naira to buy fuel in a day. It's almost 450,000 in a month.
Wow.
Now, okay, yeah. So if you just abandon your car, then you take a transport vehicle. So now, when you are spending 4,000 every day, calculate it as well. So I used to tell people that it is Nigerian government that taught a lot of people how to embezzle money. Because when you are handing money and the money you are getting is not enough for you, if you see any opportunity or any lapses, the person will follow it.
But when you talk about embezzlement and the government teaching to embezzle, it's not the normal people, the everyday people that are embezzling money.
Maybe what I use is wrong. Let me put it this way. like a security. If you enter anywhere in any office today, all what you will see is that Oga Kabo, Oga Pelesa, welcome sir, welcome sir. Okay, in Europe here, what concerns you about anybody here? Nobody will tell you or be asking you money. Nobody will ask you because it's okay with what is earning. But somebody take home in Nigeria is something that is all over. Because you want to take something home, like say, okay, somebody died you 2,000, 1,000. You want to go home with it because to subsidize what you are having. Do you understand me? Because when somebody comes to work and he doesn't have even 500 naira with you and you want to transport yourself down home, you will be looking towards somebody that comes to your office to give you money, beg for money.
Wow. So something else you mentioned about using did you say 90 million to go to
90 billion
to go to pilgrimage?
Yeah.
To go
90,
to Mecca.
90 days. Yeah, they subsidize for people that they said, okay.
Those ones that are
Yeah, 90 billion. Whereby Lagos to Abeokuta is ISO. You can't have a car and take your car through that place.
That is if I'm permitted to say something, there are people who have their priority wrong. They have the priority wrong because, to be honest, if a government or people who are in office who are ready to serve, if the country is not functioning, what are you going to pilgrimage to do? You have to make sure that the country is functioning before going anywhere.
Madam. When you are sending somebody to for pilgrimage, right? The person himself or herself doesn't even have 200,000 to trade, and you are putting that person on Hajj that is paying 8.5 million, 10 million for one person. And that person doesn't have 200,000 to trade. Is it not crazy? Is it not crazy? If you get the 8.5 million and have 4 people, give them, share the money for them, let them start business instead of saying they should go to Hajj. I'm a Muslim. And when I've gone to Hajj, even then it was up 200,000, 220,000. The last one I went was 2003. And I paid 220,000. Compare 220,000 with 8.5 million today.
So then, what do you see? I mean, like, there is so many things happening. What can you say is the good that you've seen in this current government? Any good you've seen they've done so far?
National anthem.
Is it okay? National anthem. Changing the national anthem.
That is what I'm going to read.
So
when I was in primary school in 70s.
Yes, hold on.
Yeah.
Somebody I heard I have a friend of mine.
They made every one of us to remember when we were young, when we were in the 70s, maybe early 80s. That is the music we used to heard in the morning.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who does radio show and things like that, and I heard from him about, I didn't know that the national anthem has been changed.
Oh.
I heard from him that it has been changed.
You didn't follow Nigerian news.
So well, I do follow, but sometimes you miss some things. So I heard that we've moved from Arise compatriots to Nigeria with Heodi, right? Is that where we moved?
From
Correct
where?
me. We moved from, we're not doing Arise compatriots anymore. That's not our national anthem anymore, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that a government in their right mind, when the country is crumbling, when people are suffering in the country, that they should focus on national anthem or focus on how to
That is the diversity. That is the diversity. Diversity. So that people will not, like, if you want to buy pepper now in Nigeria or rice, a tin of derika of rice in Nigeria now is about 1,213.
Derika.
A derika.
Oh wow.
If you want to buy pepper now, maybe a basket of pepper about 70,000 naira. Okay, insecurity. All the farmers, they are no more in the farm. The Boko Haram, or also called, have sent them away from the farm. Oh yeah, now this is the cause. Oh yeah, to buy food now is not easy. The money to buy the food is not there. Now, what do you expect that's supposed to happen in that kind of a country? To buy pepper, to buy rice is not easy. To buy even beans, go and ask for gari. A plastic of gari now is 4,000. That is a paint plastic, 4,000 naira. So if you have 4 children, yeah, with your wife making 5, how many days? How long would that one take you to finish it? And you're earning 40,000, 50,000, 30,000, and the government doesn't come back to their senses and says, okay, let's make them happy. Like on that 29, let's announce that, okay, the minimum wage is 200,000. Everybody will keep quiet and say, okay, maybe in another next year something better will still come.
So then,
instead of hearing that, we are national anthem.
That's very strange. But my as somebody who has traveled in different parts of the world, right? How can you, what can you import back home, like in terms of governance? Because I know that almost all our politicians in Nigeria, they do travel, so they see. And most of them are somehow educated. Again, education, sometimes question mark, because being educated doesn't mean you have sense. The way you have seen the Western world, the way they build their country, the way they plan in advance, what would you say in terms of our Nigeria? How can you, compare that, or what can you say about that?
Thank you for that question. I don't know the person that caused Nigeria. Maybe it's a cause. Let me repeat it. Maybe it's a cause. Because I traveled to France. From France to Holland. Holland, I went to Germany. From Germany, I came back to London. Whenever I'm going on the road, I'm always bitter, because how dare a nation or so-called the governance, these people, what are they thinking when they were together in the parliament? Can't somebody just come up and say enough is enough? Is it all of you that are facing one channel because it's a bad channel? If you pick a road as a priority, light priority, budget in this year, that 90 billion I was talking about, let's add another 90 billion and said, okay, this road, we are going to spend this money on this road. Don't you know the masses, the people that will enjoy that road? A journey that's supposed to take you 30 minutes will take you 3 hours and damage your car. And you people are seeing it. You are if you are not plying that road, you have relatives, family that do ply the road. So I don't know, because if I were to be a part of them, let me put it that way, I don't think I can be part of them, because maybe I will be killed, because I'm always bitter. These white people, do they have 2 heads?
No.
In China, if you embezzle in China, they will cut your head if the money worth 1 million. If Nigerian has never come to an agreement that if you embezzle money, let's say you embezzle like 500 million, let them put it that way. Let them put it, let's say 500 million, 300 million, 400 million, life jail. If you embezzle like 90 billion, 80 billion, like governor of Kogi, 80 billion, they will sentence you death penalty to death penalty. If those law has never comes to the, when the Diagbon was there, Nigeria was calm. When Billy Eko and all these things, they said they are involved in this drugs
cartels and things
yeah,
like that.
they brought them out and eliminate them. Everybody sees. If Nigeria has never come to Boko Haram, the person that has killed many people, sent your farmers out of the town, and you will tell people that you give them an amnesty, that they want to put them inside police and army. Are they not the one that will come and kill you again? So me, I don't know what they were deliberating on. It's making me crazy. So if I have an opportunity, all what I will be doing is just to be raising my hand that please, Nigeria is not okay. Now the way we are running this government is bad. We are enjoying with siren buying car, a senator buying car of almost about 100 and something is it billion or million safe for one car. What stops you of buying a normal car that people use? Buy a brand new car in Nigeria worth about 50 million. Okay, fine, because you are the head, you are the one governing us. Okay, let's give you the benefit of that. Okay, why going 200, 300, 600 million, 700 million for one car and somebody is earning 30,000? Is it normal?
So then do you think, based on, as you say, is it normal, do you think that some of our politicians, because I'm sure it's not all of them, because I've heard about some lawmakers that were offered all these cars and they didn't take it and things like that, do you think then that most of our politicians have lost their conscience?
One woman, a lady in House of Assembly, which I saw, she stood up when they came for the inauguration of this national anthem, also called. The lady stood up and said, what are we celebrating? What are we celebrating? That people are hungry outside. What are we celebrating? This national anthem, what is it going to, what are we going to benefit from? You know, they said, okay, we should not celebrate. I can say this, what do they call it? This speaker that said, okay, do you think now that we should not celebrate? That this democracy is not worth celebrating? The lady said, we are not supposed to celebrate that people are suffering. And I believe maybe they will sanction the lady. Let's be looking. Or whatever he raise a bill, they will tell him to sit down. They will tell her to sit down. That is for them.
Do you then think that our politicians, they are so rich that we should say, don't pay politicians anymore, let them do public service? Anybody who wants to serve Nigeria should come and do public service. When they do that,
you will not see anybody that contests for any post anymore.
But then that's when we're going to see the real, genuine people who care about the country.
Unless you go on regional, on regional, that everybody should go and take care of his states.
Yes.
I think that will be the best.
Yes.
If you cannot break, the best option is just to on regional something.
Because I feel like the way, and this is my opinion, right?
Yeah.
The way the country is being governed, the way things are happening, I feel like the future of that country is in question, especially the future generation. We have so many young people, so many talented people, so many skills that is being wasted, that are not being used simply because there is nothing for them to engage their skills, their intellects, and so on and so forth in. What would be your advice to upcoming politicians, young and old, well, depending what you call old, but what would be your advice to them in terms of if you want to do public service, how are you supposed to do it?
Well, it's very easy to say, but it's not easy to practice.
Well, say it. Let's hear it.
Because charity begins at home.
Bam.
The way you brought your children is quietly the way
different
I brought my children up. If I now say, okay, I want to be good, maybe two out of 50 says this how we should do it, that is going to be good for the country, and 48 says no, we are not going that way. They don't have power. That is where the problem is. Majority carries the vote. And inner caucus, inner circles, anywhere it is, to get the place solved or fine is not easy. Because when we discuss now, I said, okay, madam, this is the way we should do it. And the proprietor said, he has his own caucus too. I said, no, he's not going to go that way. Forget about them. How many of them? They are minority. This is the way we should do it. So, for those people that come in with a good will, it's very hard for them to execute what they have in mind.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Let's look at this, my honorable Alhaji
Alhaji
here.
Kuku.
Alhaji.
Kuku.
Alhaji Kuku. I did not forget you.
Alhaji Kuku from Ijebu-Ode.
From Ijebu-Ode. I wanted to get some perspective from somebody coming from home. Let's get a perspective from somebody who's here in England, right? Let's hear your take on what is going on, because I know even though you're in England, you also do go home. You also have people back home, just like all of us. So I'm sure you're also feeling what everybody else is feeling. So let's start with, just introduce yourself and, and then we'll take it from there.
My name is Alhaji Kuku. I stay in England. Then the way things is going in Nigeria, there's nobody happy about it because everything is upside down there. Something is not going well. Even though the way they are not doing very well. All the politicians, they just take all the masses like a slave, so that there's nobody happy about the way it's going there. Even though about the security, even though we are very scared to go to Nigeria to go for holiday, so that there's nobody happy about the situation of Nigeria for now.
That's what I was going to come to, that question about security, because I've heard a lot of stories. I've heard a lot of stories about things that happen back home. In fact, originally I'm from Nsukka, Enugu State. So people are always happening. People are being killed. People are being driven out of their home. People are being driven out of the farm. Homes are being burned and so on and so forth. There's all kinds of things happening. So somebody who lives here, how does that make you feel? Do you feel comfortable? Like you want to travel home and enjoy home and spend a month, 2 months, 3 months in Nigeria and so on and so forth. How does that make you feel? Knowing that the situation is like that.
Yeah, the situation of Nigeria now, there's nobody want to go to Nigeria for holiday because everybody really are scared, unless if you have mind that because anything can happen anytime. That is because the situation is very bad, very very bad. So there's nobody happy. Even though me, I'm not even happy. Even though with all my family there, because I have a lot of family there, which are supposed to go and visit them, to go and see them, but I'm scared to go.
So are you not missing Nigerian food?
No,
you don't miss
I miss Nigerian food, but I'm scared to go there,
Now going back to, because I know, like you said, you have a lot of family, just like all of us. With the fuel subsidy, what do you think? What's your take on that? What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, the subsidy is the one who caused all these damages. Because before, I think Nigeria, they are doing better. I think they are buying fuel 168 naira per liter. Immediately they removed the subsidy, everything just skyrocketed. So that everything was so bad.
The other question that I want to ask is, and don't take this very wrong, but you can also take it very wrong. Nigeria is a country, and this is my belief, not just belief, it's something that I know. Nigeria is the one country in the world that has everything that no other country has. Anything you can find in any country is in Nigeria. So they have the most natural resources of the world. They have the people are very intelligent, very intellectually inclined. You have most top consultants, whether it's in doctorate or lawyers or education or in offices all over the world, you can find Nigerian people. We're strong people, we're willed people, we're entrepreneurial, we're like that. So with all this, I would say, divine gift that we've been given, because Nigeria was divinely made. What would you say is the reason why Nigeria is the way Nigeria is, even with all its blessings?
It's because we have bad leaders. Those leaders, they don't even care about the masses. Everybody just go there to go and make his own money. Which company Tinubu have to have such a money he has now? Not only Tinubu, it's everybody, it's all the politician. Because we have a lot of resources. Then we put our diversion on oil. What about the gold? What about the diamond? The
cobalt,
the mineral
Yeah, all the
resources.
mineral resources,
all the
everything.
Mineral resources.
agriculture, everything.
We are just function on only petroleum. Why?
Even
what's
the
going on?
Even the petroleum, we didn't have a refinery.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was
No
coming to that.
refineries. All these billions we had, trillions we had. If they pump this money or call China, give them this money that we give you 2 years, come and make this refinery to be functioning. At least it will work. That's why I said maybe it's a cost. Because what does it take them to repair? Right from Baba when Obasanjo was there, Buhari came, Jonathan came. Oh yeah, oh this is another Tinubu tenor. So how much do you think even the money we always look at Emefiele. Look at the money they retrieve from Emefiele. If they put this money back to refinery, what do you think it will happen? Even we are going to build another refinery. Talk of this the one that ran to this UK now, this woman, former minister for petroleum, this Desani. Oh yeah, look at what he embezzled. He can build the refinery, and when they start, say we want to probe, we want to do this, with a short time you will never hear anything anymore.
Because they all buy each other out.
You
right?
can't hear anything anymore.
So the question that I know, a cause, politicians, so on and so forth. Don't you think that the problem lie with the masses? Don't you think that the problem of Nigeria lie with the masses, not the politicians?
Yeah.
That's a question that I want you to ponder.
Let me. I've said it before that the way you train your own children is quite different. The way I train my own children, and if there is no justice, no law, we are lawless in Nigeria, and no justice. And when there is no law, how could you find a justice?
So who is supposed to uphold the law?
It is the government that's supposed to impose the law. If they said okay, let me tell you. Now they said, okay, when you get inside your car, you must bet. Nobody, it's in your brain. Nobody will teach you or taught you that when you get inside your car, you must bet. It is mandatory that you must do it. If you don't do it, you know how much you're going to pay. Okay, now, in Nigeria, so okay, today, this law, tinted glass, you have to pay for tinted glass. Another government will come tomorrow and tell you that tinted glass, if anybody asks you about tinted glass, tell him rubbish, the person is not invoked anymore. Going front and back. Is that the government? Because that law, the law is the main thing. Even it's not something it's not something that is far. If you say, okay, in this office, we put 10 billion in this office, we want to use it for so things. If you embezzle the money, it's life sentence. If you have about commissioners or about senators, we have like 30 in prison. The next coming one will never do the same thing. That is why I said law is the basis of everything.
Okay, I'm going to ask you the same question again. Who do you think who should enforce the law?
It is government. Is it me?
Okay.
I don't have power to enforce law now. Am I a police?
All right. What do you say? Who do you think should enforce the law?
It's the government.
All right. So what if I put it to you that the government doesn't have the power to enforce law? That is the people that enforces the law. What would you say to that?
No. It's totally no.
You are living in UK, right?
Yes.
If we have a president, a prime minister in England, if we have a House of Member of Parliament in England, and the constituent doesn't want that person, how do the person go? Who will enforce the person to leave the office?
Yeah, it's the masses.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to point to you. The people have the power, but the people are not
But
united.
in England, that one happened in England,
Yes.
not in Nigeria, not in
It
Africa.
can happen in Nigeria.
No, it
Hold
can't
on,
happen.
hold
It
on,
can't happen in
madam,
Africa.
Hold on. Okay, now Tinubu, let's say okay, things has got wrong before he came. Maybe he's trying on his own way. Maybe he's trying to redeem
fix
the
things.
something, but
Yes.
the way it comes to us is very harsh. That is not okay. And now we said okay, we don't want Tinubu. Tinubu should go. The next person that is coming, who is the person? The next person after Tinubu.
I don't know.
How do you think? Who is that? How is it going to be?
I don't know the person.
That is why I'm telling you that the way we brought up or you taught your own child, different from the way some people, as today we are talking, if they put him in that office to take 1 naira, he will never go there because all his parents have already teach him or her that this is how it should be. When you get to a place, don't take what does not belong to you. When we were in primary school, they used to teach us, they taught us that don't ever take what does not belong to you. If you take anybody's ruler or pencil, you will see the consequence. The punishment you will face. You two will never try the second day when you come back to class. All those things is no more. When you see a 10 years old, 15 years old, now a Yahoo boy, he wants to buy a car. Oh yeah? So if you put that one as a president or go to parliament, what do you think he will do? He will use the office to cover him or herself to get money or embezzle.
Okay, so then my question to you is, and I'm not saying this out of insensitive or as somebody who lives in England or things like that, but I'm saying it as a visionary, right? If Nigerian, the populace in Nigeria, let's say in every state in Nigeria, because I'm sure in every state we have at least 20 million people, because we know how big Nigeria is, right? Okay. If not, we have at least 5 million people in every state. If today, right now, as I speak to you, if today, in every state in Nigeria, 1 million people come out into the street and say nobody's going to work, nobody's going to market, nobody's going to office, nobody is doing anything, and we're not moving until all the government steps down and they stay there, what do you think is going to happen to the government?
Madam, during NSAS, you know what happened at Togurt, at Lekki? What is the outcome of it today?
Thank you. Okay, you said that they killed a few people.
Yeah.
Do you believe that in order for revolution to happen,
Yeah.
some people have to die?
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be as bad, depending on what the people want. Do you believe in that? Or not?
In Bristol here, at least they had a, what do they call it, a carnival here, about 2, 3, 4 days. Yeah, you see policemen stood,
Making
guide
sure things are, yeah.
Did you see gun with them? Are they with gun?
Because they've gone past that stage.
Okay. Where are we? Or what are we in that country? If you try it, the strike that is going on now, I saw it in the news this afternoon. They said the strike is illegal, that they didn't take permission for a labor. A labor, before you left Nigeria, is it not labor that used to remove us from a trash on all this mess? If labor say tomorrow this price must go down, that they are not okay with it, they are not at ease with it, it is labor will come out first, everybody will follow. But they are tackling the labor now.
I'm trying to get to something because I want us to reason. I'm trying to get to something. So what you're telling me is that because during the NSAS, a few people died. So if, let's say, Lagos State, 1 million people come out, that nothing is going to function until we have the right governance. In Enugu State, in Ogun State, in Abia State, in Imo State, in Warri, in all states in Nigeria, 1 million people. What are you telling me, that the Nigerian government is going to kill all the 1 million people in every state and kill? Let's say we have 53 million. They will kill all 53 million people.
Don't let us deceive ourselves.
No, not deceiving. I'm just thinking. Okay. I'm thinking out loud. Do you think that can change things or not?
It can never change it.
So they will kill all 53 million people.
The military, they were with government, they are the government. The naval, the air force, they are working for the government. So you that doesn't have anything to show or anything to guide yourself, and somebody is facing you with gun, will you go and face the person? Look at
that means you don't want the country to change.
Look at this Igbo and this what do they call it in Abia?
I don't know
what was his name? Nnamdi Kanu. How long Nnamdi Kanu is in detention now?
Okay, exactly. This is what I'm saying. So what if we had 53 million Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria? Do you think Nigeria will be the way it is?
The one in Yoruba land that used to rescue them in the Igboho, used to rescue them at what do they call it, at Igongon, at Oyo State. Do you know how many people they killed in his house? You know that he went on exile. They arrested him in Cotonou. that is the person that wants to fight for masses. Oh yeah. So now, the people they killed in his house, if anybody does that again, what do you think the person will face? Me, I'm ready to come out when it happens. But how many people will surrender his life for Nigeria?
So then they're not ready. That's what I'm saying. The people, the masses, they have the power, but they're not ready for change. So whatever they get, they're gonna.
There's nobody want to die. In
They
Nigeria.
kill one person. They kill one.
There's
No, they
nobody
don't want
want to
change.
die.
They
Even though
kill one child.
If you
Yes.
don't want change,
Do you know how much
nobody-
British government paid to the family when the boy they stabbed, the girl they stabbed here, about 150,000 pounds for the family.
Yeah.
If you die there, who will give you? Who will give you 15 naira?
No. Forget about. You're now talking about benefit. You're not talking about the future of the country. You're talking about monetary benefit. Before England became the way they became, that they can now pay you because somebody was killed. Didn't they fight?
It's only God.
Didn't the people fight to get their freedom?
Madam, it's only God. When God says
time's ready.
this is the time, I think a little something will trigger. Do you understand me? A little thing will trigger.
I would like to contribute to the topic.
Yes, please do contribute.
You know, when we are, I think where she's heading to, I don't think we are getting to that point. The point that she is making is that this country has been like Nigeria
before. Yeah.
but it's the masses that fight.
Is it true revolution? Is it true revolution?
Yes.
Yeah, they had to. They had
The
to.
revolution.
They have to. Yeah.
But
They had
if
to.
revolution is going to take place, it is something that will cause it. Even they started the strike. Have
In
been
America, there was
the
a
strike.
revolution.
The strike started this morning. Do you understand me? So something will trigger something. Before the answers, Nigeria has never thought of answers. They don't think it can happen. That stop a lot of states not functioning. So nobody thought of it. Something will just happen. If God says this is the time, it will happen. But for somebody to plan it, I don't think it's possible.
It is possible. It is
um,
possible. It's just
there's
American
something-
independence took 56 men for them to do that. They had to sit down, lock themselves into a room, and say nobody is leaving until we get everything right.
Okay, you will be. I will invite you. You will be the party. You will be a party to. I will be a party to it. You will be a party to it because you're in Nigeria.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I
When are you
don't
coming
mind.
back home?
Okay, let me just now come in with just one thing. You know, we're talking about the situation in Nigeria,
Yes,
but people are not eager to fight for their rights.
they're not ready yet.
And secondly, people are self-centered. A lot of 99% are self-centered
Self-centered, yeah.
in Nigeria. Because of the self-centered, nothing will change in Nigeria. Because if you said, okay, let's start this, somebody in your own household will say, okay, what's the problem? Are you want to do this? And then at the end of the day, you will feel bad. Okay, why? A lot of people want to fight for their rights, which I believe, but people in Nigeria, they satisfied with the condition. I believe they were satisfied with that condition they are, because they can earn 30,000 in a month. They knew that if by going to work every day, I make 200,000. Because of that, they don't think about if you don't pay me my money in this country. If I do 1 hour and you don't pay me, I will tell you that I'm not going anywhere. But in Nigeria, when you are getting 30,000 and then and then they will hold you 2 months, 3 months, you are still going to work. That means you're telling them that okay, that I'm getting something.
If you don't go, they will replace you with another person.
No, let them replace me. The
They will
problem that we
replace
are
you with another
having,
person.
the problem that we are having is that we are so contented in anything, in any condition we are. I'm earning 30,000, and then they said, okay, they don't pay me 2 months, and I said I'm not going. Are you drawing money to go to work? And then the person are paying 30, they pay you 30,000. You living from Lagos, Agege to Ikeja. The transport alone to Ikeja. At the end of the month, is that 30,000 going to be enough for you and your family? That means you are getting something.
It's not even enough for transportation.
You're getting something from that place. That is why you insist that you are going to that work. So let's be realistic. there is something fishy in that country that people need to. That is why the government doesn't. Okay, why should a whole government will okay? This government has it doesn't pay wages for 6 months, and the people are going to work.
What about the pensioners? Now they will go and sit down for years of not getting their gratitude.
So
is it the masses again?
It is everything. I'm telling you, the power is in their hand.
The power
is in their hand.
It's only we that can do it to make it better.
You people in diaspora, maybe you will come and assist us.
But we want to come
when
and
they see you, in
push
front,
us away.
Maybe at least they will think twice. That is the way. This is people that live in Western world.
We do come and you push us away.
Let me just bring you to one point. The Kwara State governor, that paying a school fees in advance for the child.
It's Kongi, not
Kogi, not
Kwara.
Kogi,
Yeah.
And then the appointed people that the whistleblower, where is the end of the
case?
The case today.
You see?
And then you said that they will just go and sit down, forget about it. And that is what we are having in this country. If let me just say a councillor did something silly or spent
£1, even
the time of David Cameron, he exposed a lot of things in the parliament that some people, because of £200, because of £500,
they have to resign.
They have
to resign. That one cannot happen in Africa, in Nigeria.
And then in Nigeria, you are telling us that they allocate a car of
150,000 or something like that.
168 million.
The furnishing of the house. Can that happen here? A whole prime minister, our PA, most of them they took train.
Yeah.
So let's be sincere.
Not most of them, all of them.
Everything that we are saying about Nigeria, if we start today,
we can't even finish it till tomorrow.
We've been on here now. It's almost for 50 minutes now. So do we conclude about anything that something positive?
No. Let me tell you something. Yeah. Let me tell you something. And I say this as somebody who loves Nigeria and who want to see the best for Nigeria. If Nigeria or the people who have been put into office to serve Nigeria, to make that country great, if they think and if they're sensible, because I feel like they're not sensible. Yeah. If they are sensible, including, they can embezzle money, but they can also make the country great. Embezzle the money, that's fine. Put that money back into the country. Use it to build infrastructure. Use it to create jobs. Use it to do things that makes the country good. That's fine.
To Dubai. When did they establish Dubai?
That's fine. That is good.
Now Nigeria, Nigeria, just say they have a whole street. The whole street in Abuja. You know how much it costs?
A single plane Nigeria doesn't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Plane.
So what I'm trying to say is that do you see China? How long did it take China to be suffering to be world power? How long did it take them to do that? It didn't take them that 50 years. How long did it take Dubai, right, United Arab Emirates, to be from where they are to what it is now? That is like, my goodness, is the go-to for anybody in the world, both in science and technology. It didn't take them 50 years to do that, right? Why? Simply because they had to, and I'm not saying this as very harsh, China had to cut out the world. They cut out the world and they had to create their own food, create their own technology, create everything. Everything they needed, they made for themselves. They didn't import, they didn't export. And because of that, today, every household, everything is made out of China.
And there's law.
They put their people to expand their creativity.
And there's law.
And there is law.
There's law.
Yeah.
Japan.
And they made that And it was the
Minister.
people,
One
right?
of the ministers, they said they're going to execute him.
Yes, now. 1 million because of 1 million.
Yeah.
And
So
Nigeria
if
is
our
doing-
people are ready to create a future fit for our people, they can do
That
that.
is why I said government. When they
Thank
put
you
law,
very much. With this our conversation, I really appreciate
Yeah.
it. I think if you are going to continue, we will not be able to
Going to finish,
If
yeah.
we are going to continue. Maybe
Naija go survive.
Will not be here, but we will still get another people that will come and we will talk about this
Yeah.
issue. And I think to our presenter, maybe she can just round it up and then maybe she talk about the.
thank you very much. Really appreciate
Thank you for it.
Thank
for
you,
having
thank you,
us.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank
So,
you
as you guys have heard, Nigeria is going through a time. So your prayer is needed. But remember, prayer is not everything. Hard work, prayer without work is nothing.
It's nothing.
So we need to work. We the people need to work, including those of you in government. You need to start using the brain that God has given you to see the future of Nigeria, to see the future for our people. Plan 200, 300, 400 years in advance. That's how many countries do. They plan 400 years in advance for their people, for generations to come. Meanwhile, we're not doing that. So thank you, Alhaji Adeshina. Thank you, Alhaji Kuku, for coming and sharing your wisdom with us. We do appreciate that. And we will, of course, if any of you want to come and, come to Sulab TV radio to discuss way forward for Nigeria, we would love to, hear you. If you have any comment, do comment and we can pick up the comment. And of course, if you have anything you want us to talk about, don't forget to follow us, like, share, and of course, to our Oga here.
I think Alhaji will be our what will I say, Nigeria. We'll be calling you every week, be online with you.
Yeah.
We're going to be discussing about the issue.
Give us what is happening,
Nigeria.
so we can
So
talk.
it's going to be like a live show, but try to download Skype
No problem.
or Zoom, is it?
Zoom, Skype, any of them is fine, yes.
No problem.
You're
Thank you.
Engaging you once a week
No problem.
regarding Nigerian issue.
Thank you very much.
Nigeria will survive.
It's
Nigeria
surviving
will
already.
Now I do not go away.
Yeah, thank you for having us here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Greet the people
Thank-
at home.
Thank you very
Because
much,
you are coming home,
Solab,
you are going home soon.
for giving us opportunity. It's a great pleasure. Thank you very much. All the people at home, well, I believe God will do it.
Yes.
That is the only thing I can easily say to them, that God will do it. Because we've tried, a lot of people have tried, but when God says this is the time, it will happen. So I believe good things will happen to Nigeria. People are suffering, but God will put a good way for every one of us. I really appreciate. Thank you very much.
And
for having
secondly,
me.
sir, please, could you please tell us more about your
Lounge. Or
The
what?
lounge.
Yeah.
Okay, Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam. What brought the name is I do go to Amsterdam, which is Holland, to buy things to import from Holland, and I see the way the place is. It's amazing.
Of course.
So and I said, okay, if this place could be like this, let me emulate. The name is okay by me, and the atmosphere is good. So if I have a lounge which I can put it Amsterdam, anybody that comes there will say, okay, where are you going? I'm going to Amsterdam.
Hey.
And when you get there, Nigerian Amsterdam. And when you get there, you will see the touches of Europe there. So because those are the things, like the question you asked me the other time,
Yes.
that we're supposed to emulate what we are seeing here,
Yes.
to put it back home, which people will enjoy it. All the politicians come to abroad, they see what is happening. If they emulate all what they are saying, the road will be okay. We are going to have a light.
Absolutely.
We are going to have water. All the good things will come to our country. Yes. That is why I emulate Amsterdam from Holland, which I
that's
left.
nice.
Where is it? Here is Amsterdam now.
We're still
Yeah,
located.
It's located at Alakuko.
Alakuko.
Yeah.
So if we are coming from airport,
It's a straight road from Ikeja, straight road down to Alakuko or Ajegunle bus stop. Just branch 31 number 3, Akinde Road, Alakuko, Ajegunle bus stop.
and they're telling us that maybe at the end of this year now we are going to have there is something
Amsterdam,
coming up
Amsterdam.
again.
Yeah.
The hotel.
Yeah, the hotel. By God's
The
grace,
Amsterdam
before the
hotel.
end
So
runs
that's-
out, the hotel will be, that
So
is
when
Amsterdam.
we come to Nigeria now, so we don't need to worry.
You don't need to worry because you will see the church.
Because from
What
Yeah,
you see,
yeah.
what you see in Ibis, what you see in NH hotel in Holland, and what you see in what do they call it, this hotel in UK here,
Which one, Hilton or
Hilton, yeah, you will see the church there.
Oh wow, amazing,
Thank you
amazing.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
God
much.
bless you.
And then to you, Alhaji Kuku,
Yeah.
could you do you want to say something to people that were watching us?
Yo, I just want to tell the people who are watching us, thank you very much. Subscribe to our
The
Station.
TV channel.
TV channel, so that and love us and subscribe.
Yes.
Thank you very much for
Appreciate that.
having us here.
And to our
you.
presenter.
So thank you. It's been a pleasure having you guys here. You know, the both Alhajis. It's a great pleasure to, you know, hear about home and of course abroad. And as we say, something you said about God will do it.
Good.
I just want to tell the people that we are the God that we're searching for. Once we all believe in our country, we will see the miracle happen. So thank you. Follow, subscribe, and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.